Yo, what up? We back. Another edition of RPT, Real Prison Talk with West. And today we're going to do a little bit of story time. Because I'm still going back and forth with a lot of these dudes. Some of them are my friends, you know. It's not nothing serious, nothing crazy. But I go back and forth with a lot of these idiots that try to feed me that I've been home. It's harder to survive out here than it is to survive in there where you get 3 hots in a cot. And I'll be hitting these dudes with numerous boomerangs like that. That's nonsense right there. But today we're going to go into story time. And the purpose of me telling this story is just to reveal some of the things that go on in there. Horrible circumstances that we are forced to live with and choices that we are forced to make. Now, before I tell a story, I'm gonna talk about the argument that me and my cellie had, because he said that the phrase that I said made no sense. And the phrase was, or the question he asked me was, would you rather fight one person or 5 people? And I chose the 5 people. Now, I know that sounds crazy. Here's the story why. We're in a gang block. This is probably 2014, 15, or 16, because I had to do my first 2 years in the gang block when I came to prison. So we're in a gang block. In this block, jail has their own rules, but gang members have their own rules. So with those rules come consequences and punishments for breaking those rules. Hence the story. We're in the gang block. One of the blood homies is in the cell with a Latin King. The blood homie goes to the box. Latin King steals his sneakers. Sorry, it wasn't a Latin King. No disrespect to the Kings. It was a solid. They got a gang out here in CT called themselves the Los Solitos. Big shit though, you know what I mean? They in the gang, they pretty deep. So it was one of the Los Solitos stole one of the homies' sneakers. I'm in the cell with a Latin King. So we're watching it unfold from our cell window. But I know the inside scoop because the homies is telling me what's going on. So I already knew that there was a meeting, and this is a different tier. In this prison that I was in, they only let out one wall at a time. So if that person is upstairs, or if that person's on another wall, y'all will never come out together. So this was a different tier. But I had already knew that they had a meeting. They sat down and they discussed that the way they were going to solve this was to allow the thief. Now, the Los Solitos, they had their rules, and stealing was definitely against it. So the way instead of having an all-out war against the Bloods and the Solitos, they let's punish him, because that was the Bloods' whole purpose was this guy needs to be punished. And actually, there was this big troublemaking ass Blood, big dude. He loved that type of drama, so he was like, let me fight him. And he worked in the laundry room, so he when they pop y'all out, the laundry room is in the day room where we come out to congregate at. We come out for 1 hour a day. The laundry room is in there. When they pop y'all out, I'm going to unlock the laundry door, and y'all let him come in the laundry room, and me and him fight one-on-one. Mind you, this guy is maybe 275 pounds. He's a big fucking guy. And the little guy that stole the sneakers is smaller than me. So I clearly thought that was unfair. But for some reason, his gang thought that was fair, you know. And he thought that wasn't a bad idea either. And while I'm watching this dude get pummeled in this laundry room from my cell, I'm telling myself, how could they possibly care about him to put him through this? And that's when the question came, well, would you rather fight one person? Because that was only one person in that laundry room. Or would you rather fight all 5 of them that's on all those little Solitos on the wall, those maybe 5 of them? He would have had to probably fight all 5 of them. And I'm looking, and I'm saying the way this shit look right now, I'd rather fight those 5 guys that's my size in this open day room where I can move around, even run if I need to. Fuck that. There's 5 of y'all niggas and there's 1 of me. I ain't above getting clear and running. I'm pretty fast and athletic. I ain't above getting clear to where I can get maybe 1 of y'all to shake with. But I can move around. The laundry room was smaller than the cells we lived in. I'm like, shit. Rather fight them than fight him. He's like, oh, Wes, that's the craziest shit I ever heard. I'm like, you see the way that man's face looked? All 5 of them wouldn't have been able to do that to me in that day room. But it's hard to defend myself against this monster in this little small confined space. And that poor guy who had that decision that he had to make, should I fight him or them, is the type of shit that we go through in there. So for all y'all, it's easier to live out here than it is in there. Probably wouldn't even last in there. That's why you never been. That's why you did what you had to do to make sure you never been. And salute to you. I'm not saying that that's nothing wrong, but I'm just saying let's not downplay where a lot of these warriors is coming from. Because we got gladiator school in there. I never heard none of this, nothing out here be called gladiator school. So I'm going to wrap this up on that one. Just like always, if anybody got any questions, you got anything you want to talk about, you could drop it in the chat or you could hit my DM on my Instagram. WES, I always forget it, WES.SMITH.129. That's my Instagram, wes.smith.129. And I'll answer any questions you want me to answer. We could talk about whatever you want to talk about. Until next time, peace.